in the hot seat today we have none other than Mr. Wixson. Hi, Mr. Wixson. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you, Mr. Fisher?
I'm fantastic. How are you holding up with all this craziness?
Well, I'm doing just fine. I roll with the punches. I think what's hard for me is having two small children who are also in school. Yeah. And, for example, Thursdays we have a combined 8 classes to teach or do Google Meets because my wife is also a teacher. So Thursdays are tough.
That's
but all the rest of the days we're doing just fine.
Well, we're going to dive right into the questions because all of these inquiring students' minds and adults' minds want to know more about Mr. Wixson. So, Mr. Wixson, where were you born?
I was born in Madison, Wisconsin.
Very nice. And do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, my younger sister is a high school ELL teacher outside of Madison.
Very nice. And what did your parents do for a living as you were growing up?
My mother is a librarian, or was a librarian, at the University of Wisconsin, which is where I get my organizational skills, I assume. She was at the chemistry department for many, many, many years. And my dad was a lawyer. He did have a couple of years in a row where he was involved with farm law, which in Wisconsin is a really big deal.
Yeah.
And he did stray voltage cases, like when the power lines would go down into a farm field and it would cause milk production to diminish. He would help the farmers get their money back. So,
interesting.
Yes.
When you were 16, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I very weirdly am doing what I wanted to be doing when I was 16. When I was 16, I made it into the top band in my high school where the teacher had us conduct. And after I conducted the first time, I wanted to be a conductor. So
once you get the taste for it, people love it or hate it.
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere when you retire, where would it be?
Oh, for sure my cabin. Or I should say my parents, the family cabin.
I knew you were going to say that.
We spend a lot of time there. And it's killing me right now that we're not going to the cabin because they don't want, the seasonal people to come in. They want to keep the virus out. So,
what is your favorite thing about teaching?
I would say the favorite thing about teaching is to watch kids grow from 9th grade to 12th grade. And to see, the maturity and the musical maturity and the musicianship and to kind of take kids through all the different steps that it takes that we do. So
we are so lucky to get to do that because a lot of teachers only get to have students for a year and we get them for 4 years sometimes. Who is your favorite author or what's your favorite book?
I am a really bad reader in terms of reading. I'm well versed in the English language, of course, but I am a non-fictioner. I read The Economist every week, so I'm not really good at fiction. We're reading The Lord of the Rings right now. Yeah, we're right in the middle of the Two Towers, and it's great to read it out loud. First of all, because there's so many names that are just awesome to say, but also to read the book through the eyes of the 7-year-old brain is really cool too.
Awesome.
And to help to get him those connections and stuff like that. We're talking a lot about good and evil and how does one become good? How does one become evil?
What makes you laugh the most?
My daughter.
That was a great
right now, she's telling me that I'm bald a lot, and that's really funny.
What is your favorite sport to watch or play?
Well, I'm a big Green Bay Packer fan, so as many of the audience members will know. So I love watching the Packers, and I love watching football, and I love my annual trips to Lambeau Field. That's like a pilgrimage for me. I like to play baseball. We do a lot of wiffle balls in the backyard, and I was on the baseball team. And side note, I actually went to St. Olaf to be on the baseball team.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to be one of the starting pitchers for the baseball team at St. Olaf.
Did you not do that?
Well, it turns out it conflicted with one of the rehearsal schedules, and clearly I wasn't going to be a professional baseball player growing up, so I had to make a choice, the first week of freshman year. So,
what is your go-to karaoke song?
Well, I would have to say Into the Unknown right now, because that's the most popular song at my house. And I think we crushed it on the karaoke, so maybe we could put a link to that later.
Yeah, we can add that in the links below. I'm just kidding. I hate it when people do that, and because I never click on the links below. Have you ever had a nickname?
Ichabod was what my baseball friends called me in high school because I was really tall and skinny and lanky.
Nice. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, I'm super interested in the moment where things start to change. So I would probably have to say 1805, when Beethoven writes Symphony Number 5, and music history is changed to turn into like Romantic era.
Cool. Nice point.
1800. Well, technically, I think it was 1803, but let's just say 1805, just a round number.
Other than music, what are your hobbies?
I do a lot of cooking, and I do a lot of hiking, and I really like paddling and canoeing, and I like to fish a lot, especially with Daniel, because he enjoys fishing as well. So we like to go catch the bluegills and the bass and all that kind of stuff.
Aside from the necessities, what is something you could not go a day without?
A walk.
Haven't heard that one yet. That's great. Let's see what.
Or or something.
What's one of your pet peeves?
One of my pet peeves is when people don't pick up after themselves.
It's hard being a teacher.
Yes. Also hard being a parent.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Shoes?
Yeah.
1. 2. 2 pairs of shoes.
Wait a minute.
I have like a running shoes and my like school shoes. I mean, hiking boots are not shoes.
Well, footwear. We're talking footwear.
Okay, Chacos and Birkenstocks. Boom, 5.
Wow, that's craziness.
Minimalist.
You are kind of a minimalist in many ways. What's your favorite type of food? I think I know this answer.
I like slow cooked meat. The other night we did a really great roast chicken, and what I love about roast chicken is like you can have a really great meal for roast chicken, and then it turns into chicken pot pie, and then it turns into chicken soup or chicken enchiladas. Yeah. I like big pieces of roasted meats, I suppose.
I was gonna say anything in the meat family you're a fan of.
Yeah.
Who would you want to have play you in the movie version of your life?
Who would I want to have play me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not like super into the actor scene, but like, let's go with who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movies? Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, yeah.
He'd be great.
Okay, that's a great choice. What was your favorite subject in school when you were growing up? Let's say high school.
Yeah, I mean, I was all in on music. I mean, I did music theory and choir and band. So, like, I guess really outside of that, I was really good at math. Mm-hmm. And I frequently bragged that I got a 5 on the Calc AP test. So
nice.
Which
congratulations.
I probably couldn't get a 5 right now on the Calc AP test, but I at least could at some point.
Yeah. If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Caution, OCD approaches or something like that.
That's perfect.
I get in trouble for cleaning up and picking up after it's things.
What celebrity, alive or not, would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee?
Osmo Vanska, conductor of the Minnesota Orchestra. And he's Finnish too, so I know he drinks a lot of coffee.
What was your first job?
I had many years of scooping ice cream experience in Madison, Wisconsin.
So did I. Well, not Madison, but I did the same thing. That was my
and I rose from dishwasher all the way to like shift manager in like 5 years at Michael's Frozen Custard in Madison, Wisconsin.
Nice. If you could join any past or current music group, which one would you want to join?
Well, I think it's pretty well known. I love the Minnesota Orchestra. But like, if we're thinking a little bit more globally, I would say Chicago Symphony Orchestra. Just because, like, growing up in Madison, we spent a lot of time going to Chicago Symphony.
Yeah.
So it's only a couple hours away.
Okay, now, the following questions are loosely based on French author Marcel Proust's character questions. When possible, try to answer with one word or a brief answer. Please answer honestly and don't overthink it. Here we go. What is your favorite word?
Garden.
What is your least favorite word?
Soil.
What do you consider to be your greatest achievement?
I think being named Music Educator of the Year was pretty great. So that.
Congrats. How would you describe your current state of mind?
You know, I think I should be more stressed out than I am. I'm really relaxed. I've got things in order, and I kind of feel bad saying that, but I am not stressed out.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
What occupation other than yours would you like to try?
Oh, I would crush it as a naturalist.
What
I'm really good at identifying
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm good at identifying things in the wild.
Nice. What occupation other than yours would you not like to try?
Any sort of law enforcement.
Those people work very hard.
Yeah.
When and where are you the happiest?
Well, I have two places. One, I love the podium, and I like being in the rehearsal room. That's like a really happy moment for me. And then at the cabin, I love being at the cabin.
What is something you dislike?
Weeds in the garden.
What are you afraid of?
Something happening to my children. Like if we're out biking, you know, like...
What talent that you don't have do you most wish you had?
I wish I was more patient. And then, like, a talent, I wish I was a better singer, because I think I get made fun of a lot for not being that good of a singer.
Not by me. I think you're a fine singer.
Yeah. I'm a little pitchy.
Oh, what is the quality you value most in a friend?
Honesty.
What sound or noise do you love?
Low G on a clarinet.
What sound or noise do you hate?
I hate motorcycle sounds. And I'm sorry to all the motorcycle fans out there, but I hate motorcycles.
And lastly, if you were to die and come back as a person or thing, what do you think it would be?
Like a largemouth bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Reed Wixson on...
Thanks, Mr. Fisher.
You are more than welcome. Thank you for sitting in the hot seat, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.